That's what happened. Technical difficulties. That's what happened. All right, at least we know what's going on now. We should be able to be good now. Yeah, kid. Oh shit, niggas coming in before I start. I'm fake Liddy. I'm just playing, but come on in. Usually don't have that. Let's go. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la. They go. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. On a Friday. Best day. Blessed day. Ooh la la. She like, ooh la la.
Looking friend?
Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovitz. Popovitz TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Over here on my side, we like to deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. Got my 5 miles in today. Yeah, kid. So before you jump off the page and Diddy to the left, and we can say that still, Usher to the left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, smash the notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We ain't in the game now. So we is in the end game, people. And we in the end game because it's Friday. As I always like to plainly say, best day, blessed day. And shout out to anybody that's tuning in on Instagram and on YouTube. You know what I mean? You could be anywhere, but you at least tuning in for a little bit to check me out. But as I like to play, you know what I mean? Friday, the best day, blessed day. I say that in a sense. One is WAT, Juma Services, right? And for me, and for a lot of other people, you know, when you're dealing with the everyday struggle, and every day it's a struggle, bullshit be happening, the news be spinning, people get murdered, family is sick, bills need to be paid, stuff like that. You need some type of spiritual armor, in my, you know what I mean, opinion, to help you get through. And no matter what you may be going through, personally, on a personal level, you know, or your family, I'm saying you, but it could be your family, it could be a loved one, it could be somebody real close to you, they could be going through something, you could be lending them help, and thus that takes away from you, so therefore you going through it too. You know, sun always come out tomorrow. For me personally, keep it on the eye. When you in ASAC and you in ART, they always tell you to keep it on the eye, right? Even if you're not a drug user and you're not there for that, they still tell you to keep it on the eye. For me personally, obviously I have people I can vent to. It's just not a lot. Men, we don't really get a lot of people that we can really vent to. People that care anyway, that's probably going to give you some real good advice and not just be like, you know, shaking their head and they acting like they listening, but that shit going in one ear and out the other. But somebody genuinely that care about you, care about your, you know, your well-being and want to see you do well. They'll give you an ear and then try to give you a word to the right. For me, you know, when the phone's off, as I also like to say, when the phone's off, it's only one to call on. That'd be the Most High. And if you don't believe in that, and you believe in like the universe, it's a circle, I'm being funny, but I'm not. Or whatever you believe in, whatever higher powers or laws, and I'm not making fun of your belief. I'm just saying for me, it's the Most High. I normally just go pray and get it out the way, you know what I mean, whatever I'm feeling or whatever, and then you got to add action to that. You can't just pray and, you know, put your hands in the sky or, you know, bow down or whatever. You still got to come up with a game plan because y'all know if y'all fuck with the channel, ain't nobody coming to save you. But count your blessings. It ain't as bad as it seemed. And, you know, the Most High said, you know, if we was to start counting up all our blessings, that even if we use all of the oceans as the ink to count our blessings, we will be unable to count all the blessings that he provides us with. So, you know, that's just something to, you know, start off on some lightly light, you know what I mean? And it's not always doom and gloom, although sometimes it can seem like that. Let's jump into some other shit though. Speaking of doom and gloom, right? Let's jump into Brittany Renner, right? And she been spinning in the clip. She been spinning the clip a few times over, you know, her course of going viral, if you will, since the baby and obviously PJ Washington, Charlotte Hornets, etc. Getting traded to Dallas, made the finals last year. We had Dallas, if y'all is late, even though Boston won. Shout outs to them. Anyway, that whole debacle, and then trying to talk some of the manosphere points, and you know, dating Shaq, and always popping up on podcasts with Charleston White and different various people, right? She kept her name out there. Now she's spinning in the clip again. She got the kimam on, you know what I mean, the hijab and all that. And I don't know if she Muslim, you know what I mean? People are saying that. A lot of people did hit me up about it in the DMs. Niggas jump in the DMs now for Popovich. And it's all good, because some people do send me topics like, I want to, you know your thoughts on this or see how you're going to spin it. And because I practice, right, I'm not, you know, I'm not up here looking down on nobody, and I'm not perfect. So, of course, my response is going to be like when they hit me up. I'm like, first, if she's not making a mockery, that's number one, right? She don't play with nobody's religion, even though it seems like they do this all the time, especially with Christianity. Look no further than the Olympics and opening night and a lot of various things that they do with the agenda, if you want to view it that way, right? And I'm looking with the side eye. I won't say it's definitely an agenda, but I'm definitely looking with the side eye. And to each his own, live your life. We all gonna go, and we all gonna have to answer. But as long as she's not making mockery and say she did convert, right? I know the 304 ways, fucking with this nigga, fucking with that nigga, a lot of niggas busting them cheeks, right? Booty clapping sounds, and all that could be true, but at the end of the day, her history is not over. Her story is not over. And none of our stories is over. And that's the angle that I want to approach. It's like, yeah, you see somebody catch a body, caught a body about a week ago. You see somebody doing some fuck shit, they get locked for it, they come, and, you know, they don't eat pork no more. They Muslim now on some Tupac shit. Or you a Muslim now, no more dope games. And we often stereotype these people. They come home, they got the vernacular, they speaking all extravagant now. You know what I mean? They upright, they don't do certain shit no more. And some of them go back to the old ways, and some of them stay strong. And it's a struggle when it's a process, it's a journey, because nobody's perfect. Nobody's gonna be unscathed in this life that you have here on earth. So for her and anybody else, right? Because what happens is you turn Christian, you turn Muslim, whatever. You was living one way, now you're trying to live another way. People that remember you from living the old way are still trying to keep you boxed in that. And although you making subtle changes behind the scenes on the back line that they may not see, any little slip up, any little thing, oh, I thought you was this. Oh, I thought you stopped doing, oh, you don't smoke no more, but you smoking cigarettes. Oh, you don't do this no more, but you're doing that, thinking that conversion is going to be 100% overnight on some, you know what I mean? The pyramids was built overnight, and niggas moving shit with their mind on some telekinesis. No, it doesn't work that way. You're going to take some steps forward, and then you might stumble and have some slip-ups. You may take some steps forward, and then you're going to have some slip-ups. People that's people that's, you know, drug users, been using drugs their whole life, when they get clean and they have 70 days, they'll be like, 70 days clean today. They just really hoping to get to tomorrow and stay clean again. So it's a constant process. And like the Hulk, you know, when you're marveled out here, if you're on YouTube, you can see my whole background. If you're on Instagram, shout outs, love, the cure, you can't see the whole background. The first Hulk anyway, right? Yeah, I think it was the first two Hulks. When he ain't have incident, looking at the watch, 30, 45 days, 100 days, 200 days, Kiss, what's up? 100 days, 100 days, 200 days, then boom, something happened, nigga turn Hulk, nigga get mad, you gotta start back at zero. You gotta start all over again. So just because you may stumble and people wanna keep you pigeon-toed in that box like, oh, you never was going to change, or you always going to be one way, even though you're trying to talk out the side of your neck and you're a Christian, Muslim, sleeping with the jinn on some Lauryn Hill shit. Dun, dun, dun. The doo-wop song, you a Muslim, Christian, you sleeping with the jinn. Soon as when you slip up or you have a moment or some shit happens and now you're tested and you go back to the bar or you go hang out with niggas again, you know what I'm saying? But whatever the case is, people see you in the club dancing on some Harlem Horrors, on some 1-2 shit. It's like, oh, last week he was talking some positive shit, now he in the club. That doesn't negate, you know what I mean? We have multiple facets to us. And sometimes it's contradiction. Keep it a buck as one person that strives to keep doing right. But I can tell you one thing, for me personally, again, keeping it on the eye before we jump off this topic. If it wasn't for my faith and me just trying to personally, what the people can't see, be a better person, I'd probably be violence left and right like I was yesteryear. No 0 to 100 real quick, as the song say. No tolerance, no patience, quick to react. And as they would say, people would call brothers like me one of them short fused ass niggas that's just gonna pop off, you know what I mean? That's the type of person I was. And until you keep, you know what I mean, gotta get caged the beast, going back and forth to prison, or shit happen. Like, damn, you squandering your time. You squandering a little bit of life you got here by popping off and not using this, which is the, you know, the strongest muscle of all, right? So, figuratively speaking, the brain doing dumb shit. Because nigga said something. Because shorty said something. Because nigga try to play you and your pride or your ego was on the line and dun dun dun, like your life's on the line, and so you being reactionary and you popping off and you say, you know, that ain't the wave. And so you try to find other means to, you know, move through it as opposed to giving people that pain. And this is another thing, right? Speaking of, just real briefly about, is she a Muslim or not? Brittany Renner, I don't know. If she is she trying? I'm going to give her some grace. Even if she fall back and got to dig in the mouth tomorrow. I know I got to be graphic on the show, but y'all know how I do on the show. We you know what I mean? We going to be raw, uncut, that feeling. Even if she do some shit next week, it'll still be like, well, I'm not perfect, she ain't perfect, and whatever you believe on, you know, I hope you can try to be the best you can be with inside that realm that you're trying to grow in spiritual. It's another thing, right? Speaking to people that's, you know, was one way and people try to write them off. And Bismarck once said, is we never know how a story going to end. Last week when I opened up, I'm like, when people get killed young kids, young people, they was good at X, Y, Z, you choose. They get cut down, their life is taken. Oh, they had a bright future, she had a bright future, he had a bright future. No, you thought they had a bright future, but the Most High had other plans, and so you're out of here. And do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video out of here, your Mercedes Benz and your Range Rover, all that shit out of here. Your dreams of being a football, the next Patrick Mahomes, the next LeBron James, or whatever it is, the next dentist and medical scientist that's going to cure cancer. No, that's not you, because when you leave your house today, you're going to get hit by a train that somebody pushes you on. Oh, I know that sounds crazy, but that's how life is. They don't have a bright future. Nobody knows what anybody's future is going to be except the Most High. That's going to bring me to this point. Somebody that was doing some fuckery shit, right? Killing niggas, robbing, stealing. They come home and they totally change. And now before they go, they win a Nobel Peace Prize. They become Malcolm X, Detroit Red. They become people that move other people in positive ways, even though they once was living a foul way and people wouldn't even want no parts to do with them. You know what I mean? Afraid of them, like, oh nah, you know what I mean? And that brings me, you know what I mean, to Luke. We was out right before I came here. If you from Harlem and you know, if you don't know, you don't know. Tomorrow's having up in Harlem. Hope to see a lot of y'all out there. 19 years in the making. That's probably older than some of your kids and probably lasts longer than some of your relationships. But anyway, if you don't know Lou Sims, you know what I mean, one of the lynch mob, obviously 142nd my block. You know, obviously he got a history. We won't dive deep into that. You can go online, Google, he all over YouTube, etc. Right? Now he feeding the homeless, talking to the kids and paying it forward and turning the negative into a positive. And so I say that to say people may look at him in one way, right? Or people like him, not to just, you know, specifically talk about him, but people like him. But they stop your son from getting killed. They stop niggas from killing your cousin and them. You know, because niggas killed your cousin and you ain't going to do shit. And you're like, nah, don't. What's up, my guy? You know what I mean? And now he pushing, you know, the youth to do something positive, to stop gang violence or to stop violence in general. Whereas once he was part and giving out pain, now it's like that ain't the way to go. And that's why I often quote Hov in that particular line. Hov sold crack. So hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that. You was raised in the projects, roaches and rats, smokers out back, selling their mama sofa. So it's like now, I know I was, you know, contributing to the fuckery, to the buffoonery, and the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. Now I'm going to switch it on them. Now I'm going to flip it and use the, you know, whatever years that the Most High blessed me with now to make a positive impact, to show people like, nah, you don't want that yakisobe and chili con carne. That's why I quoted those two particular foods in particular. They serve other shit in prison, but those are definitely one of the nasty. Yakisobe, chili con carne. If you know, then you know. Drop it in the chats. If you don't know, then take it from me. It's one of the worst foods you could ever eat in your life. And that's what they serving to them, right? You don't want no parts of that, so that's why I always speak on that. You know, so it's like, all right, well, you think it's a game until they giving you them cardboard waffles with that one syrup, and you know you like to drown your shit. And you ain't going to be able to do that. Shit going to be dry as a fuck with that little 1% milk that they give you, skim milk, and you used to that whole food milk and, you know, that almond milk. You living your best life out here. Then when you get in there, you get that 4-ounce orange juice, and that shit ain't nothing. And again, I'm being funny. So we never know how people's story is going to end, although they start out one way and they end another way. And I'll just end this with this last shit right here. What Bismarck said. I got another partner that's common plain. He goes by the name of the Big Daddy Kane, the type of brother that's laid back. Back in the days, he wasn't nothing like that. Around his neighborhood, people treated him bad. They said he was the worst thing his mom's ever had. Said he would grow up to be nothing but a hooligan or even in jail or someone would shoot him. But now he's grown up to this surprise. Big Daddy got a hit, record spelling worldwide. Now the same people that didn't like him at the time saying, can I borrow $1? Oh, you a star now. They caught the vapors. Don't be one of the people to catch the vapors, because you don't know how somebody's story going in. They start off slow out the gate, but then they end up winning the race, and you end up falling flat on your face, and we just talking like success and far as accomplishments and shit like that. Let's get to this other shit though. Let's get to speaking of prison. You know what I mean? Let's talk about this Sean Gracie nigga, right? This foul cop ass nigga that killed the sister Sonia Massey, rest in peace. Obviously condolences again. We spoke about her in the last show, right? Crazy, shit crazy, as I like to quote Uncle Murray. Crazy. Y'all seen the video, and y'all know it's a sad situation, right? And hopefully she get justice. But the video that's spinning now is the night they booked him, Dano, for those that's old enough to know, right? And they showing you, I think about, even though the video I watch is less than the time, but the whole video, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's online. You can go check it out. It's when they was booking him, taking his fingerprints and taking his picture, and he's talking about it and shit. And they just showing you how nonchalant the officers is, you know, because he's one of them. Right, he got that uniform, the correct uniform. And, you know, the video, whoever's narrating the video, they're like, boom, these are the arresting officers, that's why they uniform. These are the county officers where they booked them at, etc., etc. So come to find out, this whole scumbag piece of shit ass nigga, right? Beat cancer, got a coloscopy bag or whatever you call that shit where you you got to shit out your stomach in the bag. And I was locked up on a gallery with somebody like that. And I'm telling you, if you never been around that, you talking about you got pets, cats, or your partner be stinking up the bathroom. When people that got that bag on them go to the bathroom, woo! We like blowing up spots like little sisters on some little C shit. Like, go on, grit your teeth. Go on, grab. That shit stink to high heaven. So he got that, right? And you say, damn, beat cancer, so you recovering, got a coloscopy bag on you, still got that tight ass uniform, still got a gun, still out patrolling and killing people. Where's the grace? Like, anybody that I know, right, and I know a few people, who had cancer. Some lost their life. My neighbor who we talked about, not too long ago, rest in peace, and condolences to her family, right? It went away, came back real ravishly, and we see a lot of instances like that where people think they beat it, then that shit just come back. And then we see people who ultimately recover and they go on to live, etc. But I only brought that up to say, anybody that had cancer that I know, it humbles them. It gives them a different perspective, a way to look at shit. Like, damn, I almost lost my life. I lost my whole body. I was 200 and some pounds. Now I'm $110 with my motherfucking ID in my pocket. I take the ID out, I might get blown away. Like, you know what I mean? I might get blown off the planet because that's how small I am. My whole body, my organs is different. It's like paid in full. When Rico like, you strong, right? You can take it, right? And nigga like, yo, hey, I'm out, B. I got shot in the head. My body is different. Like, you know what I mean? Anybody that been through that type of shit, it humbles you. It gives you a different perspective on life. Like, yo, you know what I mean? I know I'm here for a real reason. Because he got hit like I got hit, but he ain't fucking breathing. So it gives you not joy. I mean, obviously you are happy, you should be, to overcome something like that. But to still move the way he moved with no grace for her, no mercy for her, just like, you know what I mean? Like still Kurt, like wilding out. But I'm only bringing this up for a few reasons. One, because it's spinning in the clip. And again, it's unfortunate. But that nigga thought he was getting out. And rightfully so, right? Oh, but you're black. 21 minutes into the show, right? Because that's how they do us. No matter who's in office. Republicans, Democrats, independent. And we're going to talk a little politics in a minute. It don't matter who's in office. Oh, but you're black. We always get the bad end of the stick. And they just nonchalant, we're going to take care of you. Don't worry about it. We got to put you in a cell for your own. It wasn't a lot of prisoners they were saying there, etc. And then he get the news like, oh, nah, nigga. You're not getting out. You're not getting no bail. You did some real foul shit, and you're going to be held accountable for that, hopefully, right? Hopefully it ain't no, banana in the tailpipe. They just threw us that little bone. Then down the line, come to find out, oh, he was acting and, whatever laws and shit they be. He was acting rightly, or we ain't find no misconduct and all the type of shit they be spinning. Well, this is another reason why I wanted to speak about it, right? Not only because he thought he was getting out, and that was a given because, he just killed another black person. It ain't really nothing. This shit is just another day in the life of being an officer, and not all. Not all. I had family member that was a correction, and she died in the line of duty. My aunt Danielle, right? Rest in peace. So they all not bad, but a lot of them are, and a lot of them don't check the ones that are. So we look at all of them with the skepticism, with the side eye, like, yeah, motherfucker, you just stood there and watched. You pulled out your gun too. So they say, oh, hold on, bro. Let's step back. Let's pause. Think about it. Samar Lawrence. Wait a minute. So reactive, but this is the other reason why I'm talking. We off that. People in the comments is like, under the post. I think it was the Shade Room or the Neighborhood or whatever on Instagram. If you watching on YouTube and you don't know what I'm talking about, and a lot of people was blown away by how nonchalant the cops was, etc. And I'm like, bro, shit been happening to us for years. Why are y'all so surprised? But let me put a spin on it, right? For the people that be like, because obviously we want justice for her. And we want him to get the worst. And when girls get killed, like the girl in Brooklyn, the young boy, can't think of his name right now, any little wild shit that happens in our community, we be quick to say, yo, kill him, we want him under the jail, we want him to get raped and all that. We be wanting people to get done the worst when they do foul shit. And I get it, especially if you are directly affected. Not if you just me and you watching the news clip, you see the story, you're going to have some feelings, you might be triggered, you know what I mean? But me personally, I don't be wishing like death and I don't know. I let the law take its place, and if it's jail time, then it's jail time. If it's life, then it's life. Whatever it is, that's what the laws are quote unquote here for, right? And you hate the law, nigga, break it. I don't care, but when you get caught, remember that, I don't care. That's a Noriega reference. Mad people was like, yeah, nonchalant. I'm like, yeah. Now imagine those same officers, he getting not the presidential treatment, but you're not getting no treatment and you just killed a civilian, like if it was one of us that went in there. Those same officers, how they do us. Even though we did the crime. You did the crime and you got to do your time. And you should do your time. coming from somebody that went up top 3 times, right? Not an angel. Y'all know that. Y'all watch my channel. But you still should eat when they say it's time to eat. You still should get your phone calls and call your mother and tell her you love her. You still should be able to go outside in the yard and work out. You still should be able to do all the things that the prison system allows you to do within the rules and regulations. Shouldn't be you doing your time because you did the crime, and then the officers like them niggas come in. Today the Bills lost last night, and you in Attica like I was. Block C, lock him in for the night. Nobody goes out. Just because you feel like it. Just because you feel like coming to work and not doing nothing. Sergeant, captain, they gonna make their rounds. As soon as they make their rounds, no showers tonight. Fuck them niggas, they can stink. Lock all them niggas in. Nobody get nothing tonight while I'm on. Oh, matter of fact, we feel like whipping some ass tonight because niggas is too loud on the gallery. So I'm around a couple of my buddies. We gonna throw these gloves on, and you know we the black glove crew. You know what I mean? And we gonna go pick some niggas that did crime, that's doing time, and fuck them up. That's the reality for a lot of people that, you know, live in jail, like it's not a country, and I get it. You break the law, nigga, you hate the law, nigga, break it. I don't care, because that's how most civilians feel. Those is criminals. I don't give a fuck. He hit my mom's, he was drinking drive. Nigga, fuck that nigga, he should do time, and he should. Because he was behind the wheel, he was drunk, he killed your mother, probably not intentionally, but he shouldn't have been driving, so he should definitely go to jail. What's the statutory for that? Oh, 5 to 7, 5 to 8, all right? You do 5 years. But he shouldn't get his ass whipped just because police feel like whipping his ass. He still should get commissary, and just because police feel like you shouldn't get commissary, that shouldn't be the case. But these are the things that's going on behind these walls when you got same officers that do foul shit out here. It's the same correction officers doing foul shit to your cousins and them. Because you know some of y'all cousins is Bloods and they Crips and, you know, they out here causing the muck and raising hell. Yeah, some of them is your family members that's happening to. They just ain't getting on. Some of them get on the phone like, yo, Ma, you know, they don't got nobody. All the homies leave. You ain't got nobody but your sister and your old grandma. Grandma, I need you to call 311. It's freezing in here. They ain't giving us no blankets. You know, Rikers is foul. And I've been to Rikers obviously a few times. Like, you see how many people get killed. Like, we see the fuckery. So it's not just out here, people in uniform protecting and serving the community. It's also the officers that's locked up that you can't see. So just imagine that. Ain't even no body cameras in there. So like, oh, shut the camera off when we bring this nigga to the shower. He don't even know we about to whip the skin off his ass. Ain't gonna be butt naked. Step on his dick, break his arm, knock his teeth out. And medical will cover that. Break his fucking teeth out. That's some of the shit that's going on. But y'all be like, oh, you know, Pookies and the Ray Rays. And no, some of the Pookies and Ray Rays is our family, unfortunately. Tori Chu, what's the word? Some of them is your cousins in them. And this is what's going on, right? Let's talk about some other shit, though. Let's talk about Scarlett shit. This was spinning in the clip. Spoke about her like 3 shows ago. She had her little video. I think it was Jenny from the Block, or it was another joint. I played some of the music. They flagged my shit. You know what I mean? Try to show a little love. Because I don't really be hearing her music like that. But I do think she's a dope artist, right? Scarlett from the Bronx. Y'all might know her story, y'all might not. On TikTok, she real big. Talked about her story, how she got, you know, unfortunately, like a lot of women from your family and shit, people that, you know, you supposed to trust and supposed to protect you, especially the women, they end up being the predators, doing foul shit. So she put all her business out there, and a lot of women, you know, they identify with it, they related to it, etc. And now she a rap star, think she got her deal, etc. And it is what it is, right? But she recently was online with her boyfriend. I know she had a boyfriend. And again, for people that's not familiar with my channel, I ain't in people's business. You know, when it's time to do the show, I'm gonna go get the topics, and then that's when I find out. Other than that, my daily life, obviously I'm on social media like y'all, but I'm not going and, oh, they got kids, or they doing this, or they got, you know what I mean? It's the only time when it's time to do the show, and it's like, what the fuck I'm gonna talk about, and how we gonna spin it to, you know, give the people, you know, some type of, you know, upliftment and some enlightenment. But anyway, that's all right here, right? Is this all right here? Yeah, this is all right. So she was on live with her boyfriend. I don't know why. You know what I mean? I guess that's what couples do, right? You know what I mean? And
I don't know what to think about that.
he, if you don't know, she asked him, do she look beautiful? And he was like,
I'ma get out
yeah,
there.
you know what I mean? But not
Yeah,
right
yes.
now. And I guess she just in her little bathrobe or whatever.
What if I grip your father?
I think they trolling, to be honest.
You think I'm pretty, baby?
You're beautiful, man.
You beautiful, baby.
Sometimes.
So nigga hit her with the sometimes.
What that mean?
I mean, sometimes.
And he right back like, I mean, sometimes. Stop pressing me.
Not right now.
Look
Definitely.
at her face, though. Look at her face, though.
Definitely not.
Definitely not right now. Like, so obviously, you know, when it's topics like this and it's the battle of the sexes, battle of the roses and the men and the women, right? Women always say they want honesty, right? And shouts to all women that really do want honesty. Not like brutally to hurt their feelings and all that, but honestly can raise their hand, you know, and be like, yeah, I definitely don't want to be lied to. I'd rather, you know, just tell me the ugly truth instead of a beautiful lie. That don't mean disrespect me or kick me down, make my, you know what I mean? But don't be lying to me. Then you got women that would like the beautiful lie instead of the ugly truth. Like, listen, you know, I'd rather you lie to me than it hurt my feelings, etc. And so it's a lot of dynamics. For instance, right? Y'all going out. For those that's in couple, you know, in relationships. If you're not in a relationship, just think about your last ones, right? You in a relationship, you and your lady about to go out, or, you know, you and your man about to go out, or whatever, you know, nowadays it varies now, right? You know what I mean? And y'all both getting dressed, you don't know what you wearing, and y'all trying shit out, boom, 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 and your lady come out like, yo, babe, you know, how you like me in this dress? Woo, woo. And you be like, nah, I don't wear that one. I don't really like that one. Now, you personally may not like it, or you may not like it for what y'all going to do, or how you think people may view her, etc. And I know you wear what you want. It's your body empowerment, but I'm just trying to draw the picture. You may be like, nah, wear the white one. You know what I mean, that look better with this. Or she might say, nah, don't wear that hat. Wear your other hat. You know what I mean? You being honest because y'all both about to go out. You with each other. You representing, y'all tag teaming, y'all goals as people, you know, some people really get dressed like, yo, we about to go to this cookout tomorrow, we gonna kill these motherfuckers. Like, people really be having like, you gonna wear the dress, I'm gonna wear the shoes to match, I'm gonna put the bracelet on, you gonna wear the watch. Like, we really gonna go couple goals and shit. I'm being funny, but I'm not. Some people really be on it like that, right? And so you being honest. Like, nah, that dress make your stomach look fat. Since the baby you had a little, you know, you put on a little weight. And that's not to be honest to put you down. It's just to say, when we go out, I don't want you looking crazy, representing yourself and representing me. And women that want that, I respect that. It's like, nah, because friends, when it comes to now women, let's flip it. Or guys, I think for the most part, especially niggas I hang with them, like, yo, if we going to pick a nigga up, or we riding, instead of taking everybody, taking the car, nigga like, yo, what shoes? Jordans or these? And you may be like, woo, woo, woo. You don't want your man looking funny style and you out. People do that. People be like, don't say nothing. Then when you get out, you see you got the tag hanging or something in your hand. You be like, yo, you had me out here the whole time. Why you ain't say nothing? Got me looking crap, thought you was my peoples. We see a lot of women don't tell other women, and the reason why they don't tell other women, and right now it's going to probably make y'all mad for the little people that's watching, if you're a woman, but you know it's true. And like Thanos, you can run from it, you can dread it, but destiny arrives all the same. You know this shit is true. Some of them be wanting to look the best so they can get all the attention. And women be hating on other women. And also, the last part is everybody's a dime. Nobody's ugly no more. Nobody's overweight. Nobody's ugly. Nobody's a 2 or 3 or 4. Everybody is Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and Janet Jackson in her prime. So for you to be like, nah, that dress don't really do your body type right, it don't fit your body right. Just because certain women can wear certain things don't mean all women can do it, but they do try. And when you try, you fail epically. You look crazy, shit crazy, and your friend may not tell you, and even the public may not tell you. But while y'all outside and y'all at the club or y'all at the brunching or wherever you at, men is looking like, wow. And it's not just fat women. It's just maybe your body type, or you can't walk in heels, right? Or, you know, like other women, or whatever the case. Tippy toes, you know what I mean? What's the word? Tip, how you been? You know what I mean? What's up on the check-in? You just don't look right. And your friends don't tell you. And you look bad. or your glue may be showing, or your weave may not be, or you wearing the Batman eyelashes, or the gorgeous sideburns, as I like to say. I seen one girl, this shit is so crazy. Like, she had a big forehead, I ain't gonna lie, but women with big foreheads be looking good, right? But what I mean, I'm definitely talking about, like, from this hairline, you can see my little small, like, almost to where my eyebrow is at, the baby hair. That shit would look like a fucking mask. I'm like, yo, are you kidding me right now? I get it, you want to flex your little baby hairs. But when that shit cover this much of your forehead on both sides, that shit is diabolical. And it's like your girlfriend, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna tell her, like, just tape it back a little bit. Don't go outside with the whole shit exposed like that. Just make it come down a little bit. And y'all don't be telling. So anyway, I think it's trolling because it's another video now. And you know the women, they taking up for her. Like, she need to cut him off immediately, you know, because he ain't got no money. She's the star. She the one that got the money. My nigga Billy D on the check-in money line. Football be here in a minute, baby. Can't wait. You know, nigga been taking a little break now. I mean, that baseball hard to gamble on. I ain't gonna front. And if you watching on YouTube, I'm live on Instagram too. So you hear me talking to my motherfucking nigga Billy D. What up, kid? Hopefully I see you at the cookout tomorrow. Anyway, it's like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, you know you don't supposed to be doing this, but you're doing it anyway. And so anyway, with them, women is like, he broke. I don't know if he broke or not. She supposed to be pregnant. I don't know if she pregnant or not. And then she asks him, she like, yo, I'm embarrassed. Y'all humiliated me all online because you know people gonna talk. And she ain't the most good looking, this woman. She ain't ugly. She like, you sure is ugly on some Sealy shit in the color purple. You sure is ugly. I ain't gonna say she ugly, but if you poll a lot of men probably ain't gonna have her up here. You know what I mean? Even though other women, you beautiful, you look like Beyonce, you look like, you know what I mean, Patti LaBelle on her prime, and you look like Nia Long when she was on Mother. You know what I mean? Like, no, you don't. You ain't ugly, but you don't look like them. And she asking him like, yo, you with me for my money? And he like, of course I'm with you. So I think they trolling, but I really wanted to point that out in the sense of ladies. Like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Do y'all really want honesty? Or do you want a nigga to lie dead in your face like, oh nah, you definitely could wear that wedding dress and we've been married for 15 years. You know you can't fit that shit. Unless you one of them chicks that's upkeeping your body and, you know, you on your Pilates and you on your spinach and your asparagus, then you might, you know what I mean? But other than that, we know that's not the case. I ain't gonna be here too long. You got 37 minutes. So let's talk about this other shit real quick. Let's talk about this last hip hop shit before we get into this other shit. So I don't got the clip, but I'm sure y'all probably seen it. If you didn't, then you definitely, it had my ears, I ain't gonna lie. I know we cover hip hop, sports, entertainment, etc., right? So we love hip hop over there. That's why I quote different artists and then I tell you who the artist is, because it's not my shit. DJ Self, which is a New York DJ, obviously one of the big DJs out of New York City for the last few years now. And I met Self, I fucked with Self, been to a lot of his parties. I know a couple of people that really fuck with him hard. Shout out to my nigga Dap, shout out to Sean. Just was with Dap for the homeless, packing up the bags and all that, what I started the show off with, right? Positive and negative. Anyway, you know, he fuck with him and shit, you know, they rock with him, man. I rock with him too, right? He a DJ, so you would say, like, you know, definitely know hip hop, you know what I mean? Because that's the profession you in, playing and cutting records, getting the crowd going, having people dance the whole night and not stand around with the ice grill, right? You know what I mean? And he was on a podcast. I don't know what podcast he was on. And again, this is his opinion. I totally disagree. But I want to hear other people, because people in the comments, even though it was on Plies' page and he was talking about Plies, and he said, in his opinion, Plies, the Busted Baby and the Show You My Shorty, those are really the only songs maybe like 3 more songs that I know with T-Pain, right? Is the best rapper ever. Top 5, he #1 in his list. And I ain't gonna lie, like, y'all know on the channel I plainly say, when you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed. When I heard this shit, I was shocked and I was amazed. One, because I'm not saying Plies is not a good artist, even though he's not from New York, and there's no bias. I don't got him in my top 5. I don't got him in top 10. I don't got him in top 15. I don't got him in top 20. And on that page, I actually probably put like 15 artists who I think is better than him. Or just, and I was just throwing names out there, just body of work, flow, you know what I mean? Shit they bring to the table, longevity, how many albums against his albums. And obviously hip hop is selective. But when he said top 5 and number 1, but this is the reason why he said, right? And a lot of people was, you know, agreeing. Some people was agreeing, and that's why he posted it on his page, I guess, to show like, nah, niggas, I'm nice. Niggas think I'm nice. And again, I'm not saying that he ain't a good artist, but top 5, dead or alive, and that's just off one LP. I ain't helped the game. You know what I mean? Like, I helped the game. It ain't helped me. That's a Jada reference. I was like, nah, this nigga is bugging. But this is the reason he said. Because somebody that was there at the panel with him was like, even over Hove, and I do got Nas and Hove number 1. It could be the New York in me. But really, it's just the body of work to me and the lyrical ability, longevity. That's just me, though, right? So one of them was like, even over Hove, and you from New York or something? He was like, yeah. And this is why he named. He like, you know, I wasn't in the street. I wasn't hustling. I wasn't a drug dealer. I can't really relate. You know what I mean? And I said, all right, I got that. Even though the whole album wasn't about selling drugs, not reasonable doubt, whole album wasn't about selling drugs, even though it was, you know, that it did have that content in it. But it was a lot of songs that just was bars and substance. And like Hov said, a lot of artists, you know, they come in the game at certain ages, at least for him, because he was a late bloomer. 26 or 27, you live a little bit more, you got a little more experience, or you do a little more shit, so you have a little more, you know, content to go off, as opposed to you 17, you 16, you 19, you still fresh, you're fresh out of high school, you know what I mean, you just got your job, you may just got your first car, you don't really have a lot of life experiences. And for somebody like him who, you know, allegedly did a lot of shit back and forth out of town or whatever, you got a lot of content to go off for some grown man shit. So it just was that. So I'm like, all right, cool. But he ain't named nobody else. And then he said, go listen to, like, before you come at me, because this is my opinion, and I didn't do it yet since I watched the little podcast clip. I am going to go do it. He like, go listen to his first 3 albums. So he giving them 3 strong albums. I'm saying, damn. Nas, it was Nas Illmatic. Then it was written, right? Then the 3rd album, people ain't really feel like that because he was so high up, in my opinion. Illmatic is a classic. It was written as a fucking classic. Probably was better than the first album. Then he came with Nostradamus, maybe feeling himself a little bit. And if you from my era, or even if you just hip hop head, which you should be going back and listening to all the music, right? A lot of people was like, that was an odd album. Then you think of Hov, and I'll go to some other artists. Say Hov, Reasonable Doubt, then Streets is Watching, right? Oh, well, yeah, Streets Watching, then Hard Knock, then Hard too. Like first 2 albums, better than that? DMX, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. You know what I mean? Jada album, and the 2nd album, Kiss of Death. So I'm like, all right, Lil Wayne, then you got the Carter 1, Carter 2, Carter 3, which is most people think is a classic, with Mrs. Officer on it, and A Million. Saying, damn, T.I., first album, 24, then what's the hustle? Can't think of T.I.'s 2nd album, but first 2 albums, like, so his first 3 albums is better than all those albums? Like, better than those people? Like, damn, I don't think so. And again, I could be wrong. Obviously, he's a little younger. You know what I mean? His first album came out in 05. Jeezy came out better than Jeezy's first 2 albums. Thug Motivation 101 and so fucking Jeezy's like, I can't think of it now. He's just going back some ways now. But is this shit better than those albums? Is he really that nice? And then is he better than Lil Wayne? Better than Hov, better than Jada, better than Busta, better than Rick Ross, better than 2 Chainz, better than Kanye. Kanye first album, he wasn't no drug deal. The Late Registration. Then he followed that up with the other shit, said Hov biting off him because he was getting Levine and all those like other type of artists jump on his songs and all that. The Sky song, nothing, what Tomorrow say, like Tim Hardaway, like all these different songs. Like he inspired Drake, and Drake wasn't saying no drug out, no drug dealer shit. So I'm saying for y'all, because I didn't listen to the albums. I only know Busted Baby, You My Shorty, and maybe like The Realest Nigga, and I think Nigga Rap or Rap Nigga, some shit. Yeah, I think it is Rap Nigga off the Realest Nigga Testimony. I think that is the third album. But I can't even quote no more songs from him. And that's no hate. He really that nice? Are you putting him in your top 5 at number 1? Is he better than T.I.? I don't think so. I like Paper Trail from T.I. Obviously, I like the first album and then the album with the 24s. Is he better than Ludacris? Luda wasn't talking a whole bunch of drug selling either. So it's a lot of people that I think we can name that's better. This is his first album. 50 Cent came out with Get Rich Doc, Trying, classic, masterpiece for some. Then he followed that up with The Massacre also. If you don't want to say it's a classic on some source shit where we was giving people 5 mics, it's definitely 4. It's definitely 4, and he had more songs than the first album, I believe. Then after that, he followed that up with either Animal or Curtis, where he was going against Kanye with I Get Money, Money I Got, and the song Going to the Bank and all that. Better than those 3 albums? I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. Let's get to this shit though. We off hip hop for a little hot minute, and I ain't gonna spend how much time we been on here? 46 minutes. I gotta go actually. I ain't gonna spend too much time on this either. They be blocking my videos when I chop them up, and I'm on some political shit. And I ain't no political aficionado. And again, if you tuned in, y'all know I'm not on one, I'm not on the other, I'm not on the right side, I'm not on the left side. I'm on the side of the people, meaning that I think until we can figure it out, to where we can force, Miss Sweets, what's the word? Till we can force the government somehow, some way, or some whole shit we gonna make it about to do what we really want. I kind of just see it as they keeping it status quo, and they want shit the way they want it, no matter who's in office. That's how I see it. I could be wrong. I didn't graduate with no degrees in political science, never stood on no motherfucking platforms, in college and debated the smarty pantses on what party is right and woo woo woo. No, it's a lot of bad information out there. But the only reason why I want to talk about it for 2 or 3 things, and then I'm going to get out of here. One, because it's spinning in the clip, and when you are on social media, speaking applies. If you follow him on Instagram, he be going hard for the Democrats. I guess he is a Democrat, and I'm not knocking him. The King thing, what's the word, my guy? I'm not knocking anybody. You, whatever party you are, I'm not knocking. I'm not no party. I'm neutral. So I think I can see it from a neutral perspective. I'm not one way this way, and I'm not one way this way. So whatever you are, that's fine. If it's working for you, you definitely should vote, right? But I'm only speaking about it. He definitely pushing it hard, and a lot of our prominent people that's in the public eye, that's why I want to speak about it too. The Plies of the world, the D.L. Hugleys of the world, the Ben Crumps of the world, the MC Lights, the Breakfast Club, Charlemagne, Myson, Tamika Mallory, all these different people, they on the blue side. And that's what they want to do, cool. But they pushing it hard. And they pushing it to the point that if you're not on their side, then you're an enemy. They're against you. They're calling you all type of names, and they're being disrespectful, telling you don't follow them, unfollow them. If you have a different opinion when you're under some of these posters, right? Especially if you're going for, the orange man, and if you are, that's your business. He just did a press conference, right? Disrespect Martin Luther King, and this was not like disrespect him, but just with the numbers. Like, yo, my rally was just as big as his, or it was bigger. Saying the outlandish shit. I'm like, damn, like, every few days he say some outlandish shit. And I don't know if that's purposely to get the media to, good publicity, bad publicity. It's good publicity because it gets the people going. Like, ball so hard, you know what I mean? Like, anytime his name is spoken, it's a lightning rod. All right, cool. The numbers, I don't know why he's so fixed on the numbers. But anyway, this is what I think about Trump, as far as just his overall, whether he a liar or not, fine. As far as the government, this is how I'm viewing it. You can let me know if you agree in the comments or not. Real estate mogul, used to hang with Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, the big celebrities, right? From New York, got the little starter kit from his pops, made his way up like a lot of white folks that's in good positions, right? back in, I think, 88, 89. Y'all familiar with the clip before he ran the first time? On the Oprah show or whatever show he was on. Like, yo, if I ever was to get into politics, because he wasn't. So he wasn't a politician, and that's what I want to stick at. You know, I would run as a Republican because they fucking dumb. They fucking dumbasses. He did, took over the party, he ran, and he won. What I think is the establishment before him and excluded him. Everybody else, even Obama, everybody else, the Bushes, everybody else, the government is the government. That's how I see them. That's why I'm always looking with the side eye. You can view it how you want to view it. I don't view them as they for us and everything is lovey-dovey. They're going to do good by us. They're going to give us enough. Make sure we ain't starving. They're going to give us just enough to breathe air, keep shit the way they want it, and that's how it's going to be until Neo changed the matrix. But when he came, he said, I'm going to jump in this shit. I'm going to run as a Republican because they stupid. I'm going to jump in this shit. I'm going to take over this shit. And he came in without the politics. Got behind the scenes, seen how motherfuckers was moving on the right and the left, and then said, nah, fuck that. I'm going to do it my way. And I'm not saying you agree with it. I'm not even agreeing. What I'm saying is he just was a wild card. Whereas all the other politicians, Democrats or Republicans, they politicians. So I'm not saying he don't lie, but they come in with the politician swag. It's like a lawyer. You can just look at him like, oh, you in it for the money, you in it, like I get it. And he came in there like, nah, none of that. You either fucking with me or I'm doing it like this. And I don't think they don't like that. I think it's like, nah, he may give up the secrets or he may talk to the Russians or he may do certain wild card shit. That's not how we've been doing it. And we don't like that. I mean, who likes that? Who would like that? If you was running shit for years and years, to hear somebody come in your house, see how you was operating, like, you know what? I don't want the dishes in the kitchen no more. I want them shits in the bathroom. I don't want this shit that's in the bathroom. Put that shit in the living room. Totally flip your house up, you know what I mean? Point you out, talk down, and you talk dirty about you, and totally flip shit upside down. And I think that's why, amongst other things, why they paint him that way. It's another reason why I wanted to talk about it, and then we're going to get out of it. The media is a powerful tool. And that's why I think besides, can't think his name right now, I should have Googled it because I knew I was going to talk about it. But he was on the Breakfast Club, Black Brother. I think he got a weather channel. Or he brought a weather channel or whatever, and he was saying, I'm trying to get the network or whatever. But they was giving him a lot of flack, red tape. They wasn't letting him do it. The Black Brother I'm talking about. Oh, but you're black. This is why we don't got no big media networks. Because the media controls the narrative. And what was the movie? Eagle Eye? Eagle Eye and Enemy of the State with Will Smith and Gene Hackman. Kind of a little different, obviously. Eagle Eye showing you the sky and all that, but they can erase your identity, put shit out there in the media, and whether you did it or you didn't do it, if the media say you did it, oh, you did it. And everybody else is going to disassociate themselves from you. See Kanye West with the Adidas and the Jewish shit. See Kyrie Irving with Nike and, you know what I mean, the Jewish shit and the whole debacle of that movie, Niggas the Gods, or whatever the shit was. We don't even remember no more. But a few months ago, it was real relevant. Everybody had something to say. They was painting him out as the bad guy. And you need people like me, right? So you can point your fucking finger and say, that's the bad guy. Well, what that make you? Good? Right, that's the Scarface reference. The media is so powerful that, and if you white or you're another nationality watching now, you're probably like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? You behind your phone, like, what the fuck is this nigga? Fuck is this mooly talking about? No, I'm talking about, if I'm wrong, point me in the right direction. We don't own no major media now. You got a YouTube channel. You could be on TikTok. Soon as you violate the terms, they ban your account. They shut you down, shut you off. You can have your own website, but it's not the news. It's not Fox News. It's not CNN. It's not ABC. It's not News One, where I get my news from New York. It's not none of those stations. So every day a constant spill and flooding of your brain, this is what we want you to think. This is what we want you to, you know what I mean? And I realize now, even with like the people I named, I'm not saying they bad people, the Tamikas, the Myson, D.L. Hughley. Are they for the people? They always on some pro-black shit. I would genuinely say I think so, but are they getting checks from the left Certain people getting checks from the right. And what's the guy, Nino Brown, not from New Jack City. Kareem Akbar. He is the true leader of the CNB. And if I'm going down, I'm taking you niggas with me. No, not him. Talking about the dude that's on Instagram, be on YouTube as well. He got a big following. He from Miami. I think when Trump ran and lost to Biden, unless he lying, he like Trump people's approached him. And they was going to give him either 1 or 2 million. I don't want him to speak, but it definitely was 1 million, like the purple tape. Say no names, say yes or no. 1.5, serial numbers clean, say yes or no. And I'm saying, damn, you said no? And I guess he got a couple dollars, you know what I mean? He doing all right for himself. I don't know exactly what he do outside of YouTube and shit, but he do got a big following. I follow his channel too. He funny, he entertaining, he talk trending topics as well, right? But this way he said out his own mouth. He said the Donald Trump people approached him and was going to give him either 1 million or 2 million. So somebody pointed out in one of these posters that the Democrats, they giving like 1,500 to 3,000, even some people 10,000 if your platform is big enough to keep the media rolling. So I'm only pointing all that out to say the media is definitely a powerful tool, and we don't control the narrative. Even if you got, like Kevin Sanders, rest in peace, you reach 1 million followers. Like Math Hoffa, he right at 1 million. You know what I mean? Can't get over that hump. Even if you got 1 million followers, Tasha K, you know, I'm pointing the big networks out, the big channels, because my channel ain't big. It should be big, but it's not yet, right? Not yet. You watch any of their lives, Hassan Campbell, 8,000 people, 10,000 people. Kevin Sanders used to have the most I ever seen, 16, 15, you know what I mean, 1,000 live watching him talk on the podcast. Your podcast could be big, you can have a big following, you can jump on Instagram live, you know what I mean, the Beyonce, a Ho, or whoever it is, right, and Fat Joe, you know what I mean, and people will tune in. You may have 16,000 people watching you too. But who platform is on? Who own the platform? Soon as somebody flag your channel or say you was anti this or you was anti that, they're gonna cancel your shit. So again, but you're black. You have no say so, you have no power. You have no network. And they control the network, they control the narrative, and that's why the news is spinning the way it's spinning. So for me, back to the politics, and it's politics as usual. If I want to hear like some opposing arguments against the Democrats, then I gotta go to Fox. If I want to hear some opposing, you know, facts or arguments against the Republicans, then I gotta go to bum ass CNN just to get a contrast. Because if you watch one media, you know what I mean, watch one network, it's gonna be all for them. And I'll end with this, right? So now the running mate for Kamala Harris, we don't want to say her name wrong because she black. You know what I mean? And even though her name is Indian, a lot of black folks, we pronouncing it the black way. I'm being funny, but I'm not. So her run mate, Tim Walz, right? Never heard of him, obviously, like a lot of y'all, unless you live in Minnesota, or you really entrenched in this political shit, which I'm not. Come to find out he was in the army, he was in the military, he was a National Guard reserve and all that, made it to a certain amount of ranks, giving speeches about holding motherfucking burners, you know what I mean? And you letting those shots, right? And people is like, hold on, that's not true. You didn't do X, Y, Z, you wasn't in combat, you wasn't in this, and the Dems are like, it ain't no real big deal, you know what I mean? And, you know, we should overlook that. And it's like, we could, because I don't really give a fuck, right? But it is a big deal. Because if you served in the military, like I have family that served in the military, people lost their limbs, their lives, you know what I mean? People that went to Iraq and Vietnam and the Cold War, all these different wars, people that really 50 Cent, dun, dun, put it all on the line. Like, you saying you went to war, and you held burners, and you shot and you been shot at, right? But you really didn't. That's like niggas lying about catching bodies, and you ain't catching nobody. And obviously, different analogy, different script. Or you saying you did 10 years, you know, because you're around other people that's talking about their time, but you really only did it 1 to 3, bro. And you went to shock. Even 50 Cent, I did it 3 to 9. I did it. But niggas like, you really went to shop. That was the knock on him. And I fuck with 50, right? But I did it 3 to 9. The D's ran up in my crib, you know who dropping down. Yeah, you got it 3 to 9. That was the sentence. But when you went in and they looked at your record, well, you eligible for shock. I never was eligible for shock. If you got certain type of felonies or whatever, you playing with it, you don't get no shot, you don't get no willing, you don't get anything when you get to come home early. You go up north and you get on that Yakisobe and that chili con line. And that's you fucking hard rock, hard head ass niggas. But 50, you get the shock. Or you get a program and you get to come home early because it's not as serious as other people. But then when you come home and you lie, like, yeah, I was in Attica. Nigga, you never was in Attica. You never was in Elmira. You never was in Comstock. You never was in Clinton. You never was in 5 Points, and I could keep going. You went to fucking the medium. So yeah, it's a big deal for the people that was in the military. I'm like, nigga, I was in Iraq. I went over there to Iran and almost got my fucking head blown off like, is he dead? On some Wu-Tang shit. Of course he's dead. Nigga ran up on the block and started shooting. Nigga had all types of blood leaking out his fucking head. That's a skit for those that don't know on the Wu-Tang album. Is he dead? Of course he's dead. Nigga took 3 to the head. He ain't living behind that. And so for the people that's there, they looking at this guy now. It's like, it's a little white lie. But what else are you lying about? And I get it. They all politicians, so they're gonna lie. Trump included. He ain't exempt. Lying about the rally and how big the fucking numbers is. Kamala too. She ain't exempt. For everybody that's so gung-ho about her. So my only message for those, vote. We should vote, and I'm gonna vote. I want to hear a little bit more. I'm undecided. But if you already locked into one side without hearing everything yet, come to find out the same dude she picked, he want to put tampons, or he already got tampons in your son's bathroom. So you're wasting the taxpayers' money. It's like, listen, if one of these little boys get a menstrual, they can just go knock on the girl's bathroom to one of their little girlfriends. Listen, let me get one of them tampons. I'm bleeding today, and can you hook a brother up? As opposed to stocking the whole boy's bathroom when all the boys ain't going to have menstruals. There's only going to be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. Who fuck knows in today's we living in life? You also want to change, have the laws where kids can change their genders in early ages where they don't even know what they want to be yet. I'm against that. I don't like hearing shit like that. Like, let the kids be kids, please. Let them be kids. Then when they get older, if they want to change their whole lifestyle, Tony, there was no other way. Like, you got the time stone. Let them reverse that shit when they get older. But don't poison them when they're young and they don't know no better. Then they switch up their whole style. You know what I mean? Then when they get older, realize like, yo, what the fuck did I do? Did you just see them big old asses and them big old things? Like, why did I change? Because your parents let you? Because the government let you? Because they shot you up with all type of shit to make you change? Those 2 things I don't agree with. You lying, it don't really affect me like that, but I understand the military people, and some of them was coming out like, yo, this nigga's a liar. Nigga ain't bust no shots. He was nowhere near no combat zone. In fact, when he knew he was going to get shipped out, you ran home. You did some mace running to Atlanta shit. You got up out of Harlem. You ain't go to war. You ran, right? Come on now. So people is taking it, looking like that's foul. The tampon shit in the boys' bathroom, I don't like. Letting the young, kids change their sexuality or fuck with their mind when they're young, I don't like. So that's just 2 things I don't really like about him. I guess we'll find out more. The media, he's a dad, he's a coach. Those things are good. Obviously he can speak well, but also too, when you're running for these offices, they're gonna dig up everything they can dig about you. That's why I never understood it takes a certain type of person. That's why I always look at the government with a side eye. It's hard to fucking run your whole house if you got kids. You know what I mean? You in a relationship, you try to run your own life, to run the whole free world. And I get it. Somebody got to do it. But when you doing this, like Birdman, and you fiending to get that #1 spot, we got to look at you, and that's Islam teaching, right? It's like, don't give the position to somebody that want it, that's gunning for it, that's thirsting for it. Because why you want to lead? Why you want to be the leader of all us? Why you want to be the head nigga in charge over all us? You got to look at you like, why? Why do you want so much power? And you know the Kanye song, I'm living in the 21st century, doing something like, no one man should have all that power, or no one woman. But I get it. Somebody has to do it. And that's why maybe in the other countries it's dictatorship with John King Wong and Vladimir Putin. And obviously they don't come out of office. They've been in office. They probably going to stay till somebody off them niggas or till they die. Over here is democracy. We got the election. But y'all don't look at people that want to rule, because that's really what it is. You're ruling over the people like a king. You're like a king, and we are the peasants and the people. We make your robes, and we cook your food, and we protect you. They send the military right to your house and turn your shit upside down. And like Hope said, flip your house up. You got oil under it. Some shit y'all don't want none of it, like castor oil. I castor you. The bullets change your face, change all that for you. You don't want no problems with the gun. They send the police right to your crib. Go search that in your crib, block out the cameras, do his whole family dirty. Nothing you can do about it. You're like, damn, they did that nigga dirty. Right? That's pretty much it's a video spinning to her, and even though she didn't do these things, Kamala Harris that is, she like, yeah, the prosecutor, if I want, I just sign the paper. I'll get you locked up, keep you in jail for 2 weeks, then dismiss the shit. Now, people was trying to say that she did that. I don't know if she did or not, because I didn't see that when I was doing a little research. But she was just letting you know the power of being a prosecutor. And it's the last thing I get out. I know I be saying I'm going to leave and then I'll be staying, but this story just came up. Speaking of prosecutors, we off the government shit. I know they foul. I look at them since Tuskegee and all the shit that they've been doing to us. Nigga, you can think that they pure and purest and they got your best interest at heart. And all of them are not bad. Just like all cops are not bad. So I'm not saying on my channel that every single person in government is bad people. But it is some shit we don't be knowing about, covert operations, shit under the table. We'll never know the secret documents. This shit be just so much shit that the average American don't know, and maybe for our safety. Because if we knew some of this, we'd be like, damn, we was that close to war. They had to go down, woo, they had to do X, Y, Z. Sheesh, you'd probably be stressed. But just think about it. Or maybe I'm too much Tom Clancy and Robert Llewellyn reading. Anyway, I'm going to have to Google the brother name, because I don't got his name. It was on the TV. Brooklyn man found innocent after 16 years in prison for a shooting. Let me see what come up. Here you go, right here. First thing come up. Show how foul this is, right? No matter who's in office, Obama, Bush, Biden, Hillary, pick anybody. They only been, 47 now? Pick anyone you want. Some may be better than others, but it's still the prosecutor, it's still the DEA, it's still the judges and people put, and they're all part of the government. So this brother right here, show his face, let me see how I get his face. Brother right here, 16 long fucking years. This brother right here, show you on Instagram first. We live on Instagram, and we live on YouTube. This is the last shit I'm gonna talk about, and I'm out of here, because I do gotta go. And real brief, what's his name? Because I just watched this, so I'm just still familiar with the story. Avil Marshall, 52, got locked up at 36, I believe, who spent 16 years in prison after being convicted of a 2008 murder, has his conviction vacated on Friday, that's today, blessed day, best day, at a Brooklyn Supreme Court. Theo such and such for the Daily News, and what they got right here. A man serving 25 years for murder has saw his conviction thrown out Friday after the reinvestigation by the Brooklyn District Attorney determined he wasn't the shooter. He wasn't the nigga that pulled the trigger. Go figure, right? At the Brooklyn Supreme Court hearing, prosecutor from DA Eric Gonzalez's office moved to toss the 50. Let me scroll down. Here's the rest of the story. Do I gotta click on to read more? Here's the rest of the story. I think I might have to click in for the email or whatever, but I know enough for the news to finish telling the story. They threw his case out because finally the evidence came out, but here's the kicker. They been had the evidence. They been had the tape. So allegedly, if somebody got killed, or not allegedly, somebody did get killed, but it was by 2 teenagers. And the video showed the two teens. You can't really see their face. The killers are still free. They still living their life, right? Walking towards. Then you hear the gunshots. Then the video shows the same two teenagers that was running now. They don't look back, but you pick him up. He 36, not a teenager. Don't fit the description. You got the video from whatever camera corner, whatever they got the camera from, showing the two teens walking, then fleeing the scene after the gunshots. Yet you pick him up. At his trial, at his hearing, was telling them, and I've been to trial, I blew and I won, right? And I copped out after. At trial, telling the judge like, yo, it's a video. Where's the video? He pleading because he know he's innocent. Where's the video? Where's the video? Judge telling him, shut up, I'm gonna have you removed. You know, you violating the chambers. You don't speak when I speak. You just here for the show. This is you just a participant in the show, and the prosecutor gonna put on, if you watch any of these Law and Order shows, or where the prosecutor comes in and the lawyers and they make it a show, and my client and such, the jury will prove to you today. All that bullshit. Who can prove and who can put on a better show? Not who's really innocent and not who's really guilty. Because that should be the main thing. Like, we don't want to send an innocent man to jail for murder. So we need to make sure all our T's is crossed, all our I's is dotted. You sitting there with that evidence. Then when he appealing and all that, they still don't want to show. So I'm only bringing this up too. One, it's a new story, and salute to him. He talking about he forgive. Forgive what, bro? Niggas took 16 years for you. I forgive. Pay me my fucking money. Now y'all can kiss my ass all the way from here to next week. You just took everything. His mom's died while he was in prison. So, if he was fortunate, you get to get shackled up and you get to go to the funeral and you get to see the funeral from the back. In fact, I've been to a funeral while locked up, unfortunately. Sometimes you don't even get to see the whole funeral. You get to come in before everybody get there. You know what I mean? Get to look and see the body or see your loved one. And then they usher you out. You don't even get to see your family. You know what I mean? And I get it. If you're guilty and you broke the law, that's just what you got to deal with. But as I often say a lot on this channel, I ran into a lot of innocent. Now I get it. Everybody locked up, they fucking innocent, right? You run into mad people that, yo, I'm innocent. But it really do be a lot of brothers that's innocent. And he was one of them. 16 years, he 52 now. I don't know if he was working out. It looked like he was really stressed. Finally got his freedom, because now y'all decided to look at the evidence. Everybody should be fired. They're like, it was some technicalities. Technicalities of what? What you mean you can't watch the video? It's from 2008. It's not like we're back in the 90s and there wasn't cameras on every corner. 08 is not that far. It was 16 years ago, but still cameras enough. What's the technicality? The DA should be fired. The prosecutor should be fired. Everybody in that whole fucking office, you should be out of here. Right, you have Redick video out there, all that shit out there. But that's what I got, people. No matter who in office, there's going to be some fuck shit going on. Make sure you're doing what you got to do for you and your family. But y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in to my show, Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid.